All right, welcome everyone back. Part 2. Just after the break, you all find yourselves somewhere in the abyss. Unfortunately, you're in the Everflow.
And the Everflow.
It me, Brotatoe.
It me, Brad Bubba.
It's me, the budget Brad Wodo. What's going on?
The budget.
Oh.
I was just looking at a place that sells cookie dough instead of ice cream. It's like an ice cream scoop shop, but they do cookie dough scoops and different types of cookie dough.
Today on how to get diabetes.
Right? No, I'm like, I don't know if I would just eat.
Yeah.
And then they put it in a cone like it's ice cream or something, but it's all cookie dough.
Jesse with the magic cup of invisibility. It's wonderful.
Green cup. I see that.
Wow.
So on your waffle cone of cookie dough, would you like sugar, nerds, or sprinkles?
Or diabetes.
Can I get chocolate chip cookie dough?
If you don't have diabetes, then you will. Come on down. No.
Thanks, Wilford.
My name's Wilford Brimley.
Wilford.
I love those. I love those commercials. Diabetes. All right.
Diabetes.
I came home so angry, I took it out on a dog. Then I woke up and realized I didn't have a dog. Who the hell did I hit?
There's a new bit badge.
There are like 90 new bit badges.
Really?
Maybe not 90. Maybe not.
actually
There are a
three.
lot. There are a lot of different ones.
There is a new bit badge. Oh,
Dude, that purple's amazing. It doesn't look like an anus anymore.
Does that say
Red, yellow one, dude.
Does that say 300,000?
Yes,
Yeah.
they now go up to 1 million, and they've now put in, there are no new ones for the lower tiers, but there was the red one for, 10,000, and then the next one is the yellow one.
There's a pink one,
25,
too.
50, and 75?
And 75.
They're really
and then
pretty.
they went on with 6 more after that, all the way up to 1 million.
So when are
That's
we
a
going to get loyalty
$3,000
badges?
badge.
Yeah.
So when can we get loyalty badges that aren't like 10 years apart?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
1 year, 2 years, 7 years?
When can we get badges that are just like, hey, I you don't need to be a moderator in my channel, but I want you to be like a
VIP badge.
I want to know when you're there.
The exact same VIP badge that every partnered broadcaster has been requesting for 3 years.
That one.
No.
So,
Jesse
as
knows.
you guys travel west, Twitch staff don't come in here and be like, banned. This is the idea. You sell these ideas. You don't give them for free. You sell them.
This is what they're
Yeah.
gonna ban you for, Jay.
Not the dick.
You have a
All right.
bearded dick behind you. Come on.
Jumping back in real quick. In front of you, you see a bit badge.
God damn it.
So
Randall
you
goes
guys,
feral.
you guys.
Yeah, the
Money.
really...
They charge.
This time, Gotho just lets him do whatever he wants to do.
Right?
He agrees.
So as you guys are sitting there preparing Gotho, you telling them that you have to head west. You, Baranus, knowing that you guys could go north or go west and go through the forest. And Fora still kind of feeling a little bit distraught, but now relieved. Randall feeling exhausted. The sun, I'd say it's about noon-ish now, if not just before. It's starting to bear down on you. It's getting a little hot, especially for Randall and all the armor. And what do you guys want to do?
I want to refresh myself by eating the raspberries I found earlier.
Okay, I'll let you roll me a survival check real quick.
If I die to raspberries,
No, it's not. That's con.
Ooh.
You find
nat 20.
you found exactly 19 raspberries. You have them kind of.
Really? I rolled nat 20 and I found
And a natural one as well.
raspberries, son.
There you go, 19 raspberries.
Excellent. Each one more.
Why is it only you that
delicious than
rolls
the
nat
last.
ones and nat 20s in the same thing? It's only you that I've seen.
I did that. I think I've only done it
Once. He does it every time
I've
almost.
done it like almost every.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of like suits Randall as a character.
it does. It
Go
really
big
does.
or go home, right?
It really
Go
does.
big or go big or die.
Gotho would be the roll 2 10s every time, I guess.
There you go. Even keel.
So is anyone like leading you guys? Is someone just walking away right now?
I think we're kind of following Byranus. And
Yeah, I
his
thought we were all
map-
following Baranus.
Okay.
I'm going to say Gotho's taking initiative and just like consistently using my survival, like every 20 feet, looking for
Okay.
the tracks that would have been left by the king's procession of guards and wagons and
Okay.
horses.
Yeah. Baranus, are you trying to lead off in another direction, or do you like quickly see him go in an
that's fine.
opposite way? Or okay, so it takes you a little bit. Like you guys have to go back around that small peninsula of the trees there. This time at this time of the day, it doesn't seem as menacing or as eerie as previously before as it was getting closer to night. Kind of seems like a normal forest. Again, the trees kind of towering over you, especially you, Randall. But you don't hear any of the kind of strange laughter echoing throughout the forest and the trees. There doesn't seem to be this visibly like unnatural darkness. But you guys go around the peninsula of the trees. You come back to the small fork in the road that you had found prior to going around them, and from here again you can see Viber's Ruin kind of stretching out above the trees in front of you. You can see larger, more thicker and older trees way in the distance from the fairy woods, and you can see Tilsteed behind you. Give me a quick survival check here, Gotho. You can find pretty easily a path that leads into the forest. At this fork of the road, it seems to lead directly in. There are multiple wagon tracks. There are plenty of footsteps that pass through here, but you guys quickly start to go down that road.
So we're headed into the fairy woods.
You're headed in, yeah. You're headed into this small like western forest, just to the west of the fairy woods there.
Okay. So this isn't the ominous.
This was, but at this time of day,
forest.
It doesn't seem to be as dark and as kind of foreboding as previously.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's about noon.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine.
With that survival check, am I able to?
Yes, you can.
You're able to survive.
Sorry.
Is that Anthony crying?
No, that's Allie and her sisters over to visit, screaming outside my door.
Oh.
With that survival check, am I able to determine whether these tracks that I'm following, whether it appears to be a military procession versus civilian? Like, am I looking for metal greaves in the ground, like boots, as opposed to civilian shoes? And then also, because I know the city of Dusk and Grey Walls Tower, and then also the city of Barganal, and then also the fishing village of Og. Like, these might have been travelers going to one of those other locations. So can I tell? Like,
yeah. So there's no real like kind of distinction between the tracks for a couple of moments. Like as you get a little closer to the forest entrance, it's again like another small like half-hour walk. As you slowly come closer and closer to the edge of the forest, there seems to be one or two tracks that actually lead off to the west and then up northwest. So as soon as that kind of breaks off, there's another trail that leads into another part of the forest, and you start to go into this main procession. You can see just ahead of you, the path actually turns into a slight water path. It seems like there's a small river to follow, but from then until there, you can see what looks like two wagons with 4 soldiers walking in between, and you can definitely see the kind of indent, the triangular indent at the end of each boot, as if they were wearing greaves.
I can see tracks, or I'm actually seeing wagons.
Tracks,
okay.
sorry.
And this is looking behind us back towards Tilsteed, or this is looking down?
This is going into the forest now.
Okay.
So I think over the brief course of like 10 minutes, as you're approaching finally, and you get to this small river path that seems to lead into the forest, you can count about 16 soldiers, and then 2 wagons. Give me a
it's very apparent at this point to the rest of us that Gotho is looking at the tracks, right? I mean, he's actively searching the ground.
I'm taking
at this point he'd be crouched down, and he's like running his fingers like through the tracks and looking at it very closely.
How old are they?
Yesterday, maybe day before. Very new, or at least I'm assuming these are the correct tracks.
Yeah,
you
can see they are. Let me show you guys. This is kind of what the entrance to where you guys are going in looks like.
Ooh.
Okay, having seen
all kinds of fancy.
Having seen the entrance, Randall would like to cast Aid.
This must have taken forever to draw.
All 3 of you guys get
pretty.
+5 to your max HP. This is not temporary hit points. This is for the next
Thanks,
8
bro.
hours. This is for the next 8 hours. You guys actually get
5
5 more hit points to your maximum, and you gain those hit points as well.
I want to point out that snake's really, really big. Probably gonna eat us.
Ignore the snake there for a moment. I just wanted to give you guys a visual representation. Okay, so you guys quickly see like Randall take a small strip of his shirt, small strip of white cloth, and then just quickly focus, and it kind of burns away in his hands as he moves them, and you all feel a little bit more bolstered going into the darkened woods here.
He gives a smile. Mandala is with us.
I can feel it. Gotho can feel it. Sorry, I'm getting lazy. The water here, can I tell if this is fresh, drinkable water or not?
Yeah, it does look potable.
Potable.
So Gotho looks up to the rest of them and says, it looks like their group stopped here for water. You can see wagon tracks stopped near river, footprints circled around. And then Gotho like crouches down and observes 2 footprints side by side and says, look here, fisherman shoes, merchant shoes, but here, military man, spiky boots. This was where they went.
That's quite impressive, Gotho. Well
Wow.
done.
Good job, Gotho.
We must be careful with the explosives then. We can't be killing the wrong people.
And you said these are a day old?
Jay, can I tell if the you said I was seeing both kinds of tracks?
Yeah.
Can I tell whether the civilian tracks were mixed in, or did they look older?
They look like they've been stepped on and over. You could tell the tracks underneath, like the small ones you pointed to, like these are fishermen's boots. They're like very clearly much older. There's small crust on the outside of some of them. Some of the water has started to leak in, and then you can see like a muddy boot print of a soldier that's about 2 days old.
Okay, so the fresh tracks all appear to be heavy,
and a little bit like further up as you start to go, this water path, this river here becomes the path as it's extremely shallow. You can still see some footprints underneath the clear water, but it seems like all of the tracks have now merged into the water, and the only path and the only way through is underneath these gnarled branches of the trees and further down.
Okay, then looking back at Randall to answer his question, no. Gotho does not know the word. Not a soldier.
Civilian. Innocent.
No.
Without blame.
No innocent passed through here within the past couple days. Only military men.
Well, this means we're on the right track, right?
They came this way. But if we are to set a trap of fire, we cannot set it in water. We have to follow the path farther.
Okay.
Further in then, what?
So we're Gotho's going to start following the tracks upriver to a point where it's on dry land and out of the water, since his trap idea that he has in mind is incendiary.
Okay. Okay. So as you guys are traveling for a brief moment, hold on. Let me just gonna make this an actual scene to look at for now.
I don't feel any magic around us or fey creatures as we're going along.
Actually, as you are kind of like walking through and as you delve a little deeper into the forest, you can actually feel not the same like headache that you had felt earlier, but you can definitely feel like the entire the woods around you, all of the vines, the small animals that you see skittering around, the entire like land inside of this forest from the moment you've stepped foot in seems both tainted by magic and empowered by magic, as if it's not necessarily alive, but it does have a breath.
Is this the whole party or just Baranus feeling this?
Just Baranus.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a crooked smile on my face and just kind of be humming a little song to my face, to my face, I guess, just to myself as we're moving along as I feel this.
Yeah. So I need to know the marching order real quick. Who's in front? Who's at back?
Gotho's still taking point, although he is going to stop at this point and turn to the others and say, now that we know where the path is, maybe we should spend the night outside the woods. You all heard the yelling and saw the fog the day before.
Oh, yeah, Randall and I felt more than that.
Woods may be cursed, I think, is the word.
Yes, very, very cursed. Demonic. There are bad things in here.
Randall seems almost entranced by, not entranced in awe, but more just like so on edge by all the darkness and everything that's going on around.
Yeah,
him.
you can see like it's a very heavy canopy above you rather, and you can see like small sun shafts kind of coming onto the path in front of you. Randall, you kind of do get the same feel that Baranus gets. You don't necessarily feel like the taint, but you.
Move on.
I'm sorry, but you can feel like they're. Again, not like something is alive, but like it has a breath. And it seems like as you guys walk and progress a little further down the small river path here, there doesn't seem to be any other paths opening up. And the small like animals you can see flitting by, a couple of deer, a couple of squirrels, a small like kind of nip of a look at like a fey creature. They don't seem too disturbed, and they do seem kind of at peace for now. You, Gotho, leading in front. Who's at back?
I'm probably back or second to back now, drawing.
I was gonna say Randall's probably right at Gotho's hip.
Okay. For you can hear, Baranus kind of humming behind you and singing as you guys walk along. There doesn't seem to be, Gotho, any stoppage of this path. As you guys walk for, I'd say about.
Well, didn't Gotho mention stopping and turning around and going back out, and we kind of agreed?
He said at night. At night, he said. That's what I thought.
Oh, okay.
I guess we should probably have that conversation.
Yeah.
Wait. So, Jay, are you saying we can't see any part of the path that is not submerged, or can we see?
Phrase?
Well, I'm looking. How far ahead do I have to?
Okay, so look at this picture and just imagine it's continuous right now. Just gnarled branches seem to like strike down in the path in the middle. Sometimes you guys have to skirt around as you
So the
continue
river,
to walk.
basically, the river that we're seeing is the
path. Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't. We can't.
The conversation that you guys had, I had taken it as like not go back outside immediately because it's about noon right now.
That's I translated it as that. I translated it as
I was intending it as we stop here.
Okay.
But anyway,
okay.
Especially now knowing that the whole path is underwater, Gotho's going to turn back to the rest of the group. We should head back south the way we came and find where the path is not underwater. We cannot set a fire trap in water.
I agree.
Okay, I
The
agree.
less time we spend here, the better.
Especially before it starts getting really dark.
Yeah. Baranus is just fine with whatever. He's just humming and having a good old time here. I'm gonna look around like into the woods and stuff, not wander off, but I'm constantly peering into the woods more.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, Gotho's going to reverse direction and start tracing the two wagons and like specifically follow the wheel track of the wagon and backtrack it to try and find where this river started.
Okay. The river, I described it. The river started at the very entrance to the forest.
Okay.
The path that led into the forest turned into this small river.
Okay.
And that's again, you can see the knights and the wagons trail running down this river as you guys, I assumed you were following it. They went off the path into the river, and this is the only path that they've gone down so far.
As Gotho turns around and moves past, and everybody's filing kind of to follow Gotho, Randall unslings his shield and has it at the ready and kind of brings up the rear, still looking up and basically just scanning, doesn't ever stop scanning the trees.
So, knowing that the wagon path was going in the direction you were going, do you guys want to go and see if you can find a path on the higher ground right above this small path here? Do you want to go a little bit north and try and like dip into the trees somewhere into the forest without a path?
I thought we were gonna go south.
Yeah, I'm gonna
going right up back out the way we came, and
that's what I. So if you guys want to go back to the beginning of the forest, then you can.
And we found tracks there.
Well, the thing is, now that we specifically know which tracks, we're just following that back to Tilstead, basically, to find the road that they took. Not like all the way back to Tilstead, but basically we can ambush them right at the edge of the forest.
We don't need to go into the fairy woods if we know that they came through this way and they're going to come back out this way. Why go into the forest to lay a trap when we can just wait at the edge of the forest and trap them there?
Okay, you guys gonna wait at the edge of the forest for a day?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Baranus is. Where are we meeting the rebels?
You guys didn't.
I believe we told them to march north toward. No, did we tell them a specific spot, or did we
Not
just
maybe
tell
a specific spot? But
No,
we told them to
you
head?
said meet them in the forest.
Yeah. I'm presuming that they would follow the same path that Gray followed when he headed north. So eventually, like, especially you said we were seeing like multiple sets of tracks and whatnot. This is clearly a well-known path. I'm assuming they will follow it.
Okay.
If that's what if I would assume the same thing, then I'm fine.
Okay. So you guys head back to the entrance of the forest. You say you can't take a long rest because you just took one.
Well, what time of day is it?
It's
like
still about
1
noon.
o'clock, 1 o'clock about that time.
It's still about noon. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around the entrance of the forest and just kind of wander around a little bit.
How far are we from Tilstead?
About a day's march.
Day's march. How far of a ride? How fast could you get there on horseback?
Probably like 2 hours.
2 hours. Flora, if this is where we're making the trap, I believe Gotho is. Gotho, are you confident in your trap setting abilities?
Gotho can set traps very well.
Varanus could aid you. Flora, yes. I suggest perhaps seek out Igor in Tilstead. Under the right conditions.
No. If you
we can make it there and back by the time the sun sets.
Yes, but if you are to talk to Igor, Gotho must go. Gotho must speak to Igor.
All right. I was only making a suggestion.
I would agree if we didn't have to see about what Gotho would want to speak with Igor. I'm not sure, but it would probably be best to stay together, just in case. I mean, we don't know how many or how large of a camaraderie there will be in this forest.
We will be back within 5 hours, before the sun even sets.
Jay, how hard were you trying to get us to go north into something?
Obviously, Jay wants us in the middle.
I was literally. I promise you, I was not leading you with malice.
No. I promise you, I do not believe you at all.
There was nothing. There was no. Never mind.
Yeah, no, Varanus is quite
I still
interested.
think this is a solid plan. Like, I think what we got going on is
pretty
good.
I mean,
it's a good plan. It's a good plan.
I mean, the gamer and the role player in me wanted to go north and see what it was, but the Gotho would not do that because it doesn't make sense. So staying in character means
no. Yep. I have planned for everything. Don't worry.
Okay.
I grab munitions.
Yeah, so we stock up.
Except for the munitions. Yeah.
At this point.
I see a fairy!
So if we're gonna set the trap, Gotho is talking to the rest of them and says,
"Are the rebels on their way?"
They will come tomorrow morning, was the plan. We told them in the morning, head north.
We must let them know where we're setting the trap, if it is to be here.
We should rise early tomorrow and watch the road to find them. But first, we should set the trap. We need to dig and gather leaves and sticks. Basically, Gothos gives them a shopping list of I need X amount of sticks and leaves and mud and like a whole bunch of other naturally occurring resources, and distributes it to the party and says, "Help me gather this stuff."
Okay.
At this point, while they're doing that, Randall actually sounds like you know what you need. I believe that I must contact them. If they go into the fairy woods farther north, they'll miss us entirely, and they could easily be slaughtered. They must meet us here. They must know. So he walks off about 20 feet.
Can I insight check that statement?
Okay. Sure.
Just in case, because Gotha feels that Randall is making a big deal out of it and therefore trying to cover his tracks for some other reason.
Are you being deceptive at all, or
No, in no way.
I mean, seems like he's
walk
telling the
off.
truth, but at the same time, he might be hiding something. Kind of goes both ways.
Randall walks off about 20 feet and drops into the like a lotus position. Actually, he would drop down on his knees and he closes his eyes with his hands planted on the top of his knees and just starts. You can see him like muttering under his breath. This continues for about 10 minutes as you're gathering things. So I'm casting Find Steed, by the way, Jay.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
as we get
Can I steal his potato again out of his pocket?
I'm in deep concentration, so
I'd say you can grab it pretty easily with a.
I'm right next to the Fey Woods looking at stuff. And
Yeah. So, what
provoking
specifically
fairies,
are you looking for here, Barenis, or are you just kind of looking around?
Looking around, I know there's a lot of magic in here, and it's really, really interesting. This is stuff that I don't know about, and that bothers me.
Yeah.
So I might even be fiddling with stuff. I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion to put some like stupid creature that doesn't belong in here, like a penguin, like right in the middle of it, and I'm gonna have it like move around janky like to see if anything
Penguin.
reacts.
The penguin.
Yeah, the forest penguin.
Yeah, you
The
sitting there
noble
kind of
beast.
experimenting with things, poking the various fungi that are growing off some of the trees, kind of taking some of the samples of the leaves and
Are there any animals near me?
feeling them. There's like a couple of squirrels and like a couple of birds that have flown into the forest. Now you can see them kind of swoop low and go down the river path before quickly swooping back up as they get further in. As you kind of stand there for a couple of moments, like they standing still almost while inspecting like a couple of leaves of the ground in front of you. A deer kind of comes down the path a little bit. And then after seeing you, it quickly jumps up onto the higher edge of the path there and quickly bolts away. It seems to be like a fairly-ish normal forest.
The Ace Ventura, was it the first or second one where he's in the jungle and he's just like, I just remember like a scene of him just like flying around. You see them like collecting stuff and like me between trees just like running around, fucking like on the ground eating nuts or like just scurrying around. And like, what the fuck?
Just for if anybody's taking notes, it's the second one. But
Yeah, thank you.
when nature calls.
How far into the forest are you going, just out of curiosity?
20 feet of max.
Okay,
Unless there's something really interesting.
God damn it!
No. I just wanted to know.
Like if there's a big
if you
snake
were-
like that, I'm gonna slither along.
I just wanted to know, like
after
strictly,
him.
strictly if you were making sure you stayed outside of the.
No, I'm not
the
jumping
forest.
down
Okay.
the well. Or
Yeah,
anything.
no, that's fine. Yeah, you go in. There's
look, a cave.
You can quickly like climb up the side of this path here on top of like a small-ish tree bridge and go along this elevated ground, rocks jutting out, covered in moss. It seems like there's enough moss and vines here and just overgrowth, with the canopy being so heavy as well that it's somewhat of an old forest as well. As you look at the trees, the sheer like immense size of the trunks, the thickness and the girth of them. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I tried to hold that one in.
I was trying.
I usually
so
look
bad.
at Elspeth because she can hold a straight face.
My
to help
first
me.
thing was like looking at Elspeth to see if I was being judged. It like feels like an old forest, and you can feel almost the breath of it as you're walking through. Wind gusts catch you. Nothing looks awry as you're looking around, but it's definitely this kind of foreign territory that you're in. Everything seems either teeming with life, or some of the nooks and crannies that you look into seem dead and barren. As you like pull up a rock and there's just a crushed bug or dead leaves and rot setting into some of the moss at the bottom of it.
Yeah, just investigate around.
Okay. Okay.
Has it been 10 minutes at this point, Jay, that I've been meditating?
Yeah, really quick. We'll get to that in a moment. Flora, what are
Absolutely.
you doing?
Flora is looking around for anything that Gotho might have wanted.
Okay, someone's actually helping.
Yeah,
Roll me a
if-
survival
if-
check.
Just for the record, the list that Gotho made is calling for probably more than just he and Flora can gather.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Baranus helped.
He's
But Baranda's already fucked up, so.
Don't bring back stuff. He
Flora
has the
Flora
same
is
idea.
looking for what she can. She knows that sticks are on the list.
Yeah.
So she's looking for the right size stick.
Okay.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all? And really anything else that's on the list that's nearby that she can grab.
So Baranus,
but you didn't roll your
you said
12
you'd be
yet.
taking some things back too. So roll me a survival check. The both of you roll me a survival check. Gotho, specifically, what are you doing? Are you kind of like sitting there and going like, fucking Imperial Commander mode and laying out the map of all the traps here in your mind?
I also
or-
have
No,
+2 to survival.
Okay.
no, he's actively gathering materials as well because the trap that he has in mind calls for a lot of sticks and leaves to cover up. Because with all the climbing equipment, the pitons and rope that are going to act as a trigger, he's basically gathering enough mud and leaves to camouflage all of the ropes and climbing equipment.
Okay.
So he needs a ton of it.
Okay. So you, Baranus, like as you're looking around, you find a stone, you find a branch,
It's a good stone.
Pretty sure he said bring back sticks, so you grab another branch. Don't know if they're the right size. They seem kind of like twiggy to you, not like a branch, but who knows? Who knows what he needs? There's a
Is there a
root
really
that you
big
try
one
and
I can
pull
drag
up.
back?
Yeah, they're like you
full
find this
twiggy.
massive one, and you're like, Gotho would like that. He's big. You try and pull, sit there for a couple moments. Pull, and you realize it's the root of a tree. This has kind of grown up over the ground.
No,
and gone
that's
back
fine.
in.
Mage hand.
Can
I'm gonna grab it.
you summon the
It's
mage
gonna help.
hand and you pulling it's like the ground kind of like bows and buckles a couple moments as you pull it up, and it kind of removes some of the earth underneath, but your mage hand's just sitting there pulling, doesn't seem
Starting a lawnmower.
doesn't seem to come out. Gotho,
Gotho
you
like that. He's big.
I mean, roll me a survival check. Fora, you know exactly what he needs, right? You've kind of gathered a couple of bundles of sticks. You've gotten some leaves from some trees and some plants that have grown off the ground, enough to maybe
Nice.
cover a small patch. Gotho, you going around and trying to find some things outside of the forest here on the outside. There's not too much. It's pretty sparse.
Oh, he's venturing
in. Yeah,
into the
going in.
first 50 feet if he needs to.
You gather some pieces of moss, but from right where you are right now, there's not too much that can be unearthed or found. There's no stones along the river path. Again, you can cut some moss to hide anything you might want to, but things are kind of unattainable unless you want to go up across the path.
He'll venture further in if he needs to get his materials.
Good. No, I'm kidding.
God damn it, Jay.
Don't
He
worry.
will very
Again,
careful leave a trail
no
of,
man,
of
breadcrumbs.
weapons
Body parts.
behind him.
Weapons sticking into the earth.
Yeah, I'd say like it's this isn't about the amount that you gather. It's just how long it takes you. It's going to take you a little longer, right? So you go in a little further. Maybe you climb up onto the second level. You go right where Baranus has gone left, and you do eventually manage to find the things that you need. It just takes you a little bit farther and a little bit longer to grab them as you begin to bring them back. You, Randall, would you like to describe your steed for the audience?
Well, after about 10 minutes, suddenly Randall snaps out of his trance, frankly, and just starts talking. Oh, I'm here. Where are you? Oh, the edge of the forest. The other side. On the west. Yes, west. It's a. No, I'm the small one. Yes. Yes, that's me. Yep, you're here. You're here. All right, man. Hello, friend. And out of the woods, you see what can only be described as a goat the size of a warhorse, like a full-grown warhorse. Only it's a goat.
Let me real quick.
And it comes bursting, just bursting out of the trees, out of the darkness of the
Please
forest.
say it talks.
And it is complete, and it is absolutely a fey creature.
Please tell me it talks just like Mittens.
Moonheart, you friend of mine. How are you, my boy? And I reach, and I can't. Even with the goat leaning down, I can barely even reach.
In front of you. There we go.
Little beard.
There you are. This Moonheart, the goat.
Oh, that's
Moonheart,
an
the
adorable
goat.
name.
And
And as you say Moonheart, Randall, my friend, good to see you.
oh, you son of a bitch!
You Randy
How long has
man.
it been? Are you
Never.
ready for
2 days. A while.
2 days? Seems like aeons. Are you ready for an adventure?
I can't handle two of them.
I'm a little tired, but onwards. Where to?
I believe it's back to Tillesteed. Would you mind if we had company? We might not, but I think there's room for two, just in case.
Who do we bring?
Well, let's double check very quickly. At this point, I go to scramble up on Moonheart's back.
Did he create this, or did he summon this being?
Summoned this.
Okay.
I'd say like you could almost see it, Baranus, like as you're like leaning down, you hear like a as something like disturbs the leaves, and you look by, and you just
almost
see
like
like
rises
you just
up
see
out
this
of
like
the ground.
flash of white as it runs by you, and kind of leaps like about 10 feet in the air. This warhorse-sized goat, as it jumps over like a small quarry of rocks and just leaves the forest. You could hear it bounding to kind of to where you guys had come in.
So then Randall then attempts to scramble up on its back.
Yeah. It takes a moment, and it has
Fully
kind of
climbing
looks
up
down.
its
You
leg.
can, ha ha! And it like kind of leans down, sits down on its hindquarters, and you can grab small tufts of fur finally until you grab onto its horns.
So now I'm holding its horns, like
kind of sits back up and
like a motorcycle.
yeah, basically it's like a chopper.
Big old monkey
Fan
bars.
art, go.
Fan art now.
Yeah,
So I steer Moonheart. You know, I kind of just say, "This way, my friend," and I point over towards where Fora would be.
Fora would be pretty much the only person in sight, and as soon as you steer in that direction, it goes, "Oh,
easy, my
Randy!" And
I know.
Fora, all you can hear is just bah, bah, bah.
It would sound like himself and like fucking
as like this goat kind of like trots up to you, kind of comes up and
And the whole time
it bows.
Fora is triggered by the bleeding.
You don't see him until he bows, and Randall's just kind of sitting there like looking at you over top of these horns.
No, I'm not just looking there. I like his little chest is puffed up with so much pride at this point. And it's like as though Christ himself has come down. No.
It's the first time he's been as tall as you.
And I'm straddling him. No. Fora, now is the last chance. We could go see what Igor has to say about those cards.
Have you smoked something?
No, I have not smoked anything. This is Moonheart. Moonheart, say hello.
And he goes, "Wow, she's a spicy one."
Oh, I know.
And he just kind of looks at you and nods. Bah, bah.
Yes, indeed.
Kind of like paws out at you, it kind of striking the grass in front of you.
Oh my God. You, Randall, this is a quest for you alone, I think. I'm helping our friends build a trap.
Am I close enough to hear
rebels.
the exchange?
I'd say like you're on your way back. You can hear Randall kind of just like loudly boasting about something. Nothing really new there, but you can't hear Fora or the goat. It's kind of like a distant, like you can just hear someone yelling. You know it's Randall.
Gotho's adjusting his course with this massive bundle of branches and arms full of moss and mud, and he's walking towards Randall now to see what the noise is.
I'd say it'd still take you about like 10 minutes to get there. So Randall, what are you saying to Fora?
At that point, as she has refused my offer, well then, Moonheart, my friend, we must make all haste. We must warn the rebels. Fora, tell the others, I will be back.
I know.
Onward, Moonheart! Onward!
Please be careful, Randall.
As he yells onward, it just lets out a bah! And just kind of starts bounding off in the other direction.
Make a strength check.
No, we're pretty tight.
As you're running away, just Randall, you must mate with her. Wow!
Oh, I am saving myself for Yondala. You know that.
He kind of like stops for a moment. That just fucked up, my friend.
Fuck you. Keep riding.
Begins to fucking go again. Couple moments pass. You go though as you arrive. You just see Fora. I don't know if you'd be sitting there like, are you like awestruck or are you just still kind of contemplating? It's been like 5 minutes, so at this point he's already like off in the distance, kind of leaping
Fora's
and bounding.
Like, well, that's Randall, and then she just keeps picking up the items that she needs, and just she sends off a little prayer into the ether, like, please, somebody, dear God, anybody, just watch over him. Please make sure he doesn't fall off the goat, or that the goat doesn't run off a cliff, or that he doesn't fuck the goat. Please. Thank you.
I need a ladder. Jesus, like.
And she just continues to collect things for traps.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't know that you could communicate with it telepathically. I thought you were just role playing this Uber thing. Like,
no, dude.
I'm on the corner of Higgins and Jarvis. Come. No, the other side of the street. Do a U-turn.
Oh man, Varanus would have totally tried to summon something too.
It's up to a mile.
On a deer.
Up to a mile, I can telepathically
amazing.
Talk with Moonheart.
All right, Gotho, you come out. You hear footsteps behind you. As you turn, you see Gotho with this massive, kind of like almost teetering pile of things in his hands. She kind of has this confused look on her face, but she seems to have a decent pile herself going.
Gotho heard yelling.
Yes, I found sticks. Look, I found a bunch of them. I was really excited.
Gotho looks down at the 5 or 6 sticks that she has compared to like the 400 that he's carrying.
I'd say she's got a fucking. You look down, you see she's only got a couple, but over to the right, as you see this pile of sticks bigger than yours, with pieces of moss, leaves, another pile of leaves like up to her hip, and she's just kind of standing there with just a couple.
He's gonna disregard the giant pile and just look at the 5 or 6 that she has, and then look at his giant armful and look back down and go, "Good job."
I mean, well, yeah, but thanks, Gotho. Listen, Randall took off. I don't know. He said he's going to tell Steed. I think he married a goat.
What? Gotho looks visibly frustrated and just drops the pile of sticks.
Palefish, I did not communicate that.
I know.
Palefish in the chat.
He drops the sticks and he just looks, and it's rare to see Gotho actually have a facial expression at all. So to see like visible frustration is like kind of extreme. And he goes, "Why does he feel the need to leave now?"
I think he wanted to go talk to Igor. I am not sure what was going on. He asked if I wanted to come with him, and I said no.
I did say that I was going to go tell the rebels that where we were and bring them back here. I had mentioned that at least.
That's right. Can I actually roll to see if I remember that?
You would remember it. I'll give that. It's been like 3 minutes. So I got you.
Roll with disadvantage.
Thank you for asking, but I got you.
You stunned by a goat.
He was going to go tell. He was going to go tell the rebels where we are and our plan.
We need Randall more than we need rebels.
I know.
He starts picking the sticks back up, and then at this point, I'm gonna say, like, combined with what she's gathered, I probably wait. Does Randall have the bag of holding? This is important.
Yes.
Yeah. So Randall. Gotho like throws all of his stuff into the pile again and looks back at her and says, "Gotho cannot set the trap without the supplies that Randall took."
Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
I'll be back.
Cut to Baranus, just frolicking
through the thing.
Baranus is actually doing the worm alongside some snake that is randomly found, just like moving through the forest,
sticking the tongue up.
Well, my friend, it looks like we are going to wait.
Gotho can set up part of the trap, but
if we can get it started, all the better. But
we are losing daylight.
We are losing daylight. God damn it, Randall.
It's
actually, never mind. Gotho wouldn't even say that anyway because he has dark vision, so he wouldn't care. So never mind. It is getting. Is it really only 2? I thought we took longer.
It's about 2 to 3, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay. As long as he's back before nightfall, we can still have time to do it all today. Otherwise, we have to wake up early and work on trap in the morning.
We'll do what we have to do.
Okay. Gotho's gonna start. I guess he's gonna set up what parts of the trap that he can without the supplies.
Okay.
It's kind of awkward, but basically, the trap that he's trying to spring is. Well, I don't know if he could even begin without the climbing and the rope, because the rope and the pitons are the trigger for the trap, and without them, I don't think he can really do much. So I guess he's just scattering leaves and branches alongside the edges of the path and trying to make them look as natural as possible. And he's pre-placing these where he's going to put the ropes later on. But he can only do just so much without his actual equipment.
Okay.
And can we scout out some places to put the munitions to? That'd be something I would want to look for as well.
That's what Gotho is doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So describe quickly like what exactly, like, to me as Jay, what you want to do with the trap.
Right now, not much.
I just mean in general, right?
Once he has all the equipment,
yeah.
Basically he's setting up a tripwire snare that when it's hit, it's going to cut ropes that are going to be pulled taut, and once the wagon runs over the rope and breaks it or pulls it loose, it's going to cause the ropes to just give way, and the branches are going to fall inward with the munitions on them. and just basically drop bombs on both sides of the path.
Okay.
Nice.
And with,
Okay.
and with the flasks of oil, Gotho's going to be like soaking the sides of the path, so that when the bombs drop in, the whole place goes up in flames.
Okay. Do me a favor, type that in the chat so I can, while we're on this break real quick, because we'll take a break, I can just quickly go over some rolls that you'll need to make and kind of paint a mental picture. So, we're going to take a really quick break right there as Randall strides off into the fields, the farmer's fields next to Tilsteed. Baranus, as you're kind of starting to bring back the supplies that you've gotten, and Fora and Gotho begin to kind of section everything out, right? So you start to take like, all right, I'll need about 8 sticks here, and I'll need about maybe 2 rocks here, and there, this amount of this, and you start to kind of put them where you think they would be sitting at that moment. We're gonna take a really quick break. We'll be back in 3 to 5 for the last hour of TableStory Ascendance. If you
Stick
guys
around. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Randall's gonna fuck shit up.
Or fuck everything up. Who knows? Also, Goranus, roll me a charisma check really quick for after the break.
Ooh.
We'll be right back, guys.